Hi there, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So back in June, I met my siblings in Banff, and one of the hikes we did was the Sulphur Mountain hike. And honestly, it was one of the toughest hikes I've ever done. Now, to be fair, I do live at sea level and I was also dealing with some health issues at the time. My family did not struggle as much as I did. I struggled a lot, and that was a really big piece of humble pie as somebody who grew up playing soccer, but I'm getting over some of these health issues, thankfully. So yeah, and despite all of that, I did make it. So that is amazing. My sister and I took the gondola down and the rest of my family walked. So I've got a full experience to share with you to see if hiking is something you might want to do. All right, so let's get right into the Sulphur Mountain hike at Banff National Park. Sulphur Mountain is one of Banff's most iconic peaks, just minutes from downtown. The trail is about 5.5 kilometers or 3.4 miles one way, with roughly 700 meters or 2,300 feet of elevation gain. It's considered moderate, but for beginners or sea level visitors like me, it can be pretty challenging. I started early with my family. The trail is well marked and wide, but those switchbacks really get your heart rate up, or at least it got my heart rate up. My health issues made the climb even tougher, and I definitely struggled more than anyone else in my family. Some of my family made it up in 90 minutes, and the rest of my family kindly went at my pace of 2 hours, though I was struggling big time at that pace. At the top, the views are absolutely breathtaking. Panoramic mountains, Banff town, and the Bow Valley. We had lunch at Sky Bistro, and then my sister and I took the gondola down, while the rest of my family hiked back down. Honestly, it was a nice change of pace for me, and my family said the hike down was actually very rough on their knees. So keep that in mind if you decide to go that route. All right, some pros and cons to consider. Hiking up obviously gives you a sense of accomplishment and those forest to summit views. If you hike up and ride down, you get a discounted one-way ticket, but that is not true if you do it in reverse. If you're not used to the elevation like me, just know it will feel a lot tougher than you expect. Of course, you can definitely just take the gondola up and down and save yourself the hike if that's what you decide. All right, so before you hike Sulphur Mountain, here's what I recommend. Definitely take water and snacks to keep your energy up. And of course, do not forget electrolytes. They really helped me so much on this hike, and you will probably sweat more than you realize. Definitely pack layers because the weather changes as you gain in elevation. Definitely wear comfortable shoes. I wore my hiking boots and they were perfect. The trail is not technical in any way, so you don't need to necessarily wear hiking boots. A lot of my family just wore regular tennis shoes, but either way, you want to make sure they're comfortable and they have good traction. I carried a light backpack and wore a hat. You may also want to consider sunscreen or trekking poles, and those poles will probably come in extra handy if you decide to hike down. Get there early for a parking spot to the gondola station or even nearby the gondola station because it can fill up very fast, especially in the summer. If you decide to hike up, you will buy your one-way ticket down once you reach the summit. Consider purchasing that ticket as soon as you arrive at the top so you can choose your preferred time. Sulphur Mountain is a must-do in Banff, whether you hike, ride, or do both. Take your time, enjoy the views, and don't forget snacks and water if you do decide to hike. For more Banff tips, check out my other videos and blog posts that I've linked below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!